Everybody, I told you I was going to bring on a guest on here, and he got some time, and he came through for me. My cousin, Vegas, uh, one of the major entrepreneurs in the city of Philadelphia right now. He's actually teaching a lot of people what they have to do to get contracts, teaching people how and what to do in the industry because he's been in the industry, the music industry, teaching people about the laws, teaching people how to develop their own LLCs and their own nonprofit organizations. And a lot of this, he does this, Sonny Bono. A lot of it he does. It's I mean a great honor to have this guest on here, right now, and I like to bring on my cousin, Vegas. What's up, cuz? Okay, okay. One second. Let me hold on one second. I'm trying to get your mic back on. I don't know how that happened. Cuz, is your phone on? Can you hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Okay, all right. I'm just seeing why your mic isn't coming on. Man, this is the first time this has ever happened. All right, give me one second. All right, what I'm guest in the green room. I don't want the guest to be in the green room. All right, cuz, let me see if I can hear now.
Yeah, yeah, we on.
Okay, there we go. All right, there you go, right there.
Yeah, we on.
All
We
right, so
rolling. We rolling.
all right, pick. I'm a, um I'm trying to right now put myself in there with you. All right, all right. So what I'm gonna do is trying to put this together because they can't see me, I don't think, right now. Um, okay, okay, I got you now. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, cuz, can I hear you now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me clear.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Now we coming through. We half and half right now. We half and half on the screen. My introduction, but here's the man himself, Vague. What you been up to, man? I know you always doing something. What you been up to?
I got to, man. Always got to be doing something. Always got to stay busy. Just working, grinding, just being an influence, adding value to anybody's life that I could, you know, reach out to, or whether they reach out to me. However, we cross paths. Just finding ways to just be more of an influence and have more of an impact. You know what I'm saying on other people's lives, man. Even on mine. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a student, so I'm always learning myself every day too. But I learn so I could teach, because I ain't selfish.
Right. And we looking at the situations going on right now as far as the economics and our city with with our community. And so, what do you think about the economics in our community? How's that grabbing you right now?
It's a mess.
Wow,
It's a mess.
wow.
It's a total mess. But we can't blame nobody. We can't blame nobody but ourselves. Even though
Right,
it's a lot of
right,
impression that's on us, and it's a lot of systematic racism and everything that's going on. But we ain't gonna make no excuses,
right,
because
right.
we spend millions of dollars on material things as a
Wow.
whole. I'm talking about our community. If you come into our communities, everybody dressed nice. They driving nice cars, and they making a way to pay their rent. You feel me? So it might not be bad as it look, but we can only blame
Yeah.
ourselves, because the black communities, we spend millions of dollars, man. I'm talking about every year. So we ain't that broke.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. And
But
everything
like
that they
we just wasn't educated, on what to do with our resources, how to
right.
incorporate, how to turn it into. But we live in a day and time, man, where education is at a click of a button.
Wow. Wow. And that's real facts right there. And that's a lot of things. I'm just trying to what you call it get us back on the same screen. Okay, there we go. Man, I'm just starting this podcast thing, so uh I'm trying to angle my seat and shit to be on there right. And okay, I think I'm a little bit better now. Can you see
Look,
everything on there?
you the man for the job. I tell you that, you the man for the job.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. They don't know because I mean, I was there when you first started hitting the rhymes and doing your thing, man. And I was there when you first started doing your cleaning business. Like it's like our bond is crazy, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, yo, we go through like the deepest of crunches, man, and I'm glad to see how polished you came out, man, as being a coal and becoming this diamond, that's really hitting and really do for the people, man. Where did you get that nature just to do for the people at like that? Like, you know what I mean? Most
That's
people
just
just
something
think
that
about
just.
themselves.
I mean, that's just something that just instored in me. You know what I'm saying? I had a mom that always did for the people and everything too. So I had, a role model to actually like see it play out. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that's instored in all of us. For us not to do for each other is a learned behavior.
Right, right, right,
That's
right,
something
right.
we picked
It
up.
is.
That's something we picked up along the way. You know what I'm saying? As we were just emerging on this planet. You know what I'm saying? The way we had to go through it. But to just be an influence, to your people and give back to your people whatever little bit of knowledge you got, that's something that's installed in our melanin.
Wow.
So I'm just
Wow.
being me. I'm just being normal. I'm just doing what normal is.
Wow. So I guess right now, the state that a lot of us are in, I'm not even going to say a lot of us, because you know what? That's so stereotypical to sit there and make a comment. It's like this, and no, it's not. Because the majority of the people that I see and I know, I see what they do. And they do phenomenal things every day. But they just, it's the media that makes this persona that, oh, it's so bad. Everybody's dying every day. I'm like, yo, when I turn around, man, I see little girls, little boys doing, the right thing, and they trying to do little businesses, establish things, and you know, a lot of, I mean, a few. I'm not going to say a lot. A few, yeah, has fell through the cracks. But
Mhm.
I mean, let's acknowledge the shit that we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree 100%. But it's to shine the light on the stuff that we do, man. That's too much power given to us,
Wow, wow,
and we
wow,
already done we done already outnumbered like everything on the planet. So
wow.
to shine a
So
light on the things that empower us even more, to make us, to put us at a fifth dimension supernatural level, they ain't gonna do that. Nah.
right, right, right.
Especially when they
The
make
first
money
thing,
off our pain and our failure.
I was looking at I was looking at how many black people were killed from gun violence in America. Right? It's crazy to say. Do you know over last year there was over 100,000 black people killed in gun violence?
Yeah, that's sad. And that's sad. And it's
They
gonna keep
always give us
going
the
up.
yeah, but you notice they always give us the numbers like, oh, 500 people died in Philadelphia, 600 people died over here. They never give us the true amount of numbers that died in America. Do you know in the war that's going on right now with all the casualties and everything else, do you know it's only 8,000 people compared to 100,000 of us that
Wow.
die a year?
Wow.
100,000, bro. and we
Wow.
can
So
give,
who really need help?
and we give, but we just gave, I think, over 50, was it $50 billion to Ukraine?
Hmm.
What about the people who built this country? What do they get? You
Yeah,
know,
and
and then go ahead, I'm listening.
like that's a real touchy situation because I feel sorry for like all them innocent people in Ukraine. And
Yeah,
man, Ukraine is a, a white supremacist. Like it's Putin got an agenda. He's not just moving off of hatred.
wow, wow. That's, information that I picked up, and when they talk about what actually, we got one story that we're told here, and then we actually got, another story told over there, and then we got the truth. And some of the things that I was hearing about what Russia was talking about was the fact that they said they don't want the UN in their backyard, and that's the reason why the conflict actually came. They were like, they don't want that influence in their backyard.
Mm-mm. Nah, and nah. I mean, it's all about power.
Right.
They don't
So what
want
do you think
nobody in
about,
their backyard that's more powerful than them.
right? But
You know what I'm
what
saying?
do you
They
think
don't,
now? Because I'm sorry. What do you think now? Because of the simple fact that the dollar is about to actually, the yuan is actually taking the place of the dollar inside the oil trades, which has been the world's currency for over, I believe, 98 years now. It's been the dollar. And now that the yuan is about to take it over, and the Brit is, Russia, China, Brazil, and a couple Arab countries, they all banded together, and they're trying to make a move with putting their currency out.
you know what, man? Like that's something that we would never ever be able to partake in because that's where they overall control overrides everything. Switch our currency up, take the water and the food and everything away from us, just de-arm us.
Wow, wow,
It's just another way to de-arm us and make it work in their favor. So however it play out and however that go, that's something that's working in their favor, and it's another way to de-arm us.
right. And so now they're talking about changing the money over to a digital currency. I mean, this is what's been talked about on TikTok, but they actually are really considering, well, not even considering, they actually have plans to change the money over to a digital currency. So, we always have digital currency, before Bitcoin, any transaction that you would do with a credit card and everything else, but they're actually saying that it has to go through the federal government. All the money will be stashed into the federal government, and that
Hmm.
digital currency will go in, and that's the way that you'll, do your services, and pay for things. Because you froze up. I don't know. Okay, wow. Okay, so because it froze up on here. Why did that screen change like that? That's oh, okay, maybe because. All right, so we were having a good discussion, and it was going through, and then all of a sudden, maybe his phone died or whatever the case may be. But it was a pretty good discussion, world topics and talking to someone like that. So it said that was Vague that was on there. He might ring us up in a couple minutes. He might get the startup or whatever the case may be with his phone. But let me know how you think it was going. The interview, was it clear? Was everything on point? Um, Was my vocals there right? Do you like the new background? Hit the thumbs up if you like the new background that I got going on. You see, I got the city of Philadelphia. Me looking at it on the screen, I think it looks terrific. I think it looks great. I'm like, wow, that thing is crazy. Tell me how the vocals sound. I got the Capel mic on. Want to see how that goes. So for right now, we're going to see if he gives a call back, and we'll see how that interview goes. So I'm going to stop this broadcast, and once I stop the broadcast, I'm going to look and see how it's coming out on my phone. Remember, this is a new thing that we're stepping into as far as the podcast. We've been doing it for maybe about 2 to 3 months, I guess. Now we've been doing it for like 2 to 3 months, and I mean, we started from nothing realistically, like, and we just dove right in, not really being educated on the software, the equipment, or anything like that. And we dove in. A lot of people helped me out with this. Big shouts out once again to my cousin Lavoy, my big brother Danny Lynch, D Lynch Production helped me out. Raleigh hosting these shows, and if you what's it called? Everybody has a story. Raleigh's been hosting that. It's been going great and phenomenal with that, bringing guests in, people to talk to. Um, Abona Higgins, man, running for city council at large, May 16th. Press 64. Press 64. Yeah, my man is fighting for change. If you haven't seen it, go to his Facebook page, Abona Higgins. Just look up Abona Higgins and go to his page, man, and you can see the magnificent things he's doing. He's been going to city council meetings for all this time, and he's been giving them hell. He won't let them take a break because he is the watch. He's the watcher. He's the observer of everything that's happening there, and that's crazy because this guy. I mean, he truly. I mean, he gets in him. He gets in him. I see him stand up on it. You got to look at the. You got to look at it. You got to look at it. You got to go to his page and check out what this guy does, man. He doesn't give them a break. He loves the people, and I mean, he's. I don't. I'm not even gonna say love the people. He's dedicated to the people. Dedication and being a fighter and what a true politician should be. Um, that's what he does, man. That's a great thing. So yeah, please, May 16th, City Council at large, Abona Paul Higgins, 64. I can't stress it. This man is out there putting his own posters up, hanging his own doorknob hangers, talking to everybody. He's going through the streets, staying out to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to the people and telling the people he represents them. And that right there is, that's what I want from a politician. He didn't take any money from any special interest groups, which he was offered. This man, they know they don't want him to get on them. So with your help, as he called it, the ghetto grapevine and the internet, and him pushing these topics, we will get him in there. He will go in there, and he's talking about some real things that he's trying to do a change for us, man. He's talking about universal health, not just universal health care, but universal, I believe, economics uh, packages where he's saying, if you don't make enough to survive, you should have some kind of payment where the government's giving you like $1,000 at least a month. If you make under a certain amount of money. And I kind of agree. I looked at it and said, well, damn, I believe everybody should be accountable, everybody can work. But if we look at how high inflation has went up, Wow, man, it's literally like $8 for a carton of eggs, $5 for a gallon of milk, and it's only rising. Interest rates on the houses are ridiculously going up. I mean, this is what we're facing. People are out in the streets because they can't afford it, not because they're not working, not because they're not doing one or two jobs, it's because they can't make enough to survive out here. And the rent is going sky high because the people have to pay out more money. So we're looking at some real situations that's going on. So by next year, the rate of the homelessness is going to be ridiculous. And these ain't homeless people that's on drugs and just doing, just didn't manage their money right. These are homeless people who work, but they simply can't afford it. So what do we do about that? It's fighting for the veterans. This guy, he's really, the tax debatement, where developers come in and they get a 10-year tax exempt from the city, and guess what? Your taxes go up because that new building just went up, but they got 10 years of taxes free. So they make all the people that live in the neighborhood go up to about 2 to 3, 400%. Check that one out. That's crazy. Can you imagine that? You sitting there and you've been paying this amount of money. You've been paying, maybe let's say if you've been paying $400 or $500 for your taxes for the year, and all of a sudden it's 4,000. Yeah, going up like that. It's like that, putting people in a real bad position, and that's what we're looking at, and then the simple fact of it is like we're looking at the fact that the job market, it's people are getting hired for things, but guess what? You're not getting paid the amount that you should. Not at the price of what the price of living is. Gas prices unbelievable right now. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So we need people in there that's about fighting for the people to make things fair, to make them fair, because a lot of people that's at the top. I'm not blaming the wealthy for anything, but a lot of people at the top are benefiting on the fall of the people at the bottom. We're coming to a point now where it is going to be just rich and poor. Middle class is being knocked out of existence. The taxes we got to pay. Small businesses. Oh my goodness, man. If you, I have a small business. What I pay in taxes is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I got to heighten up my rates to try to, you know, be able to make ends meet. And guess what? Heighten up the rates, and people don't have it. Businesses are closing down. I mean, we're looking at a real situation that's going to be occurring within the next maybe 2 to 3 years. We see all the things right now. They're collapsing at the time when we have foreign countries actually replacing the dollar as the world's currency. And all our banking financial institutions are collapsing. What does that mean? When your financial institutions are collapsing right in front of your face, and you have people of foreign countries brokering peace deals between the Shiites and the what you call it, the Sunni Muslims around the world, like they're respecting these people. We can look at what's going on in Africa. Literally, like they're like, yo, we're not, we're not participating with the United States. China is the road to wealth. They're being, they're treating us fair. It's a bad thing, man. Africa has so many resources that we use there: gold, diamonds, the cobar, all the stuff that we use for the damn making of computers and phones. Our education system, wow, our education system. Let's look at that one. That's insane. They say it's only like I think it's like 40 40 to 60% of the children in school can't read on a high school level or do math. It's kind of scary. How can you compete in this now global economy? You know, we are like other countries are mastering technology, and the United States is like TikToking. Our children are TikToking. Trades. I mean, tell you the truth, the way I look at it, trades, the United States are like gone. There's no more trade schools. The education system's been cut down ridiculously. Um, Teachers are at a shortage. Police officers are at a shortage. We live in the fifth largest city in the United States, and we're the poorest city. It's crazy. Crime and poverty, man. Crime and poverty. People not being educated, children not being educated. At my daughter's school, some young kid brought a gun into the school. Student. Can't be no older than 12. Brought a gun into the school. It's getting real goofy out here. And these things that we should be thinking of. And then I don't know about you guys. I know people think it's conspiracy, but look at the water situation. You just had that water, that the chemical that leaked in the water, and they're talking about no, the water's okay. Yo, you're telling me like you that they actually put these chemicals in the water, but the water's okay, and it was gallons and I mean tens and thousands of gallons leaking out, and no one's talking about any reports about the water. Did anybody take any more tests? Anybody take any more water tests? Because I'm taking a shower in this shit. Is it going to affect me? Like, I don't know if it's in my imagination, but I feel like my skin sometimes feels like it's irritated or get a little burning sensation on it. It might be my head, but goddamn, there's a lot of things going on. The food that we're eating, terrible. It doesn't even taste like it used to taste. Something because age that I'm at now, I'm like, oh well, it was different back then. Yeah, damn sure was, man. And I'm just looking at, even even just the thoughts of the drug epidemic right now. Fentanyl, heroin, dope. And then, I was and this thing is getting out of control. When I was coming up, the rappers, they rapped about making money and selling drugs, which is a terrible thing. Don't I'm not glorifying that. But now all the rappers are not even talking about selling drugs; they're talking about using drugs. It's just what type of society what's going on in society? People ask, well, Democrat, Republican. You know what? Don't put me in that boat. Don't put me in a Democrat boat. Don't put me into a Republican boat. I'm a person, man, who's concerned. And both parties tell you the truth. Some ideas I like some parties, and other ideas I like with the other one. So you can't just, there's things that I like in both parties. So when you talk about Democrat, Republican, I gotta vote for people that's sincere. I think maybe it might be a better thing just to get rid of the parties because it seems like it's been setting up so much division. I mean, and with division being set up like that, it's divisive, and I don't think it's good. I want a person in there, not a party pushing an agenda. I want a person in there that believes that and family values. I want a person in there who understands and have empathy. To me, it just seems like these parties and going on these party lines and all these things with the political parties. It's like it's all just to manipulate the people in one fashion or another. It's not, it's not really nothing. Both sides seem like shit to me, just to be honest. Seem like they all got some bullshit with them, and they're not thinking about the people. They pick out little concerns of the people and they exploit it. And but it's still the same old business. Whoever gets in there, we can look at our city right now. It's it's in shambles. It's in shambles. I mean, we got these mayor candidates. I've been going to all the debates and all the what do they call it? The the debate between each other, and not just that, but they all ask them questions. Forums. That was the word I was looking for. Mayor.
Yo, cuz, yeah, my phone checked out.
Yeah, I see that. What you call? I'm still can. What you call the interview? You can still hit that link and come back on.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I'm
I'm
doing it.
actually on there right now. I'm talking to you while we're on there live. I'm surprised I can hear you through here though. But yeah, so come back on. That's all. Hit that link for me. Hang up. Hit the link. All right.
All right. Let's see. Try to adjust this the right way. Okay. All right, guys. I'm still here. That was Vay calling. He should be coming back onto the show. Um, but yeah. So back to what I was saying. I'm just waiting for him to hit that link up, and I should actually ring up. But yeah, there's a lot of things, man, to really discuss. I mean, just with eyes open and looking. Like I said, I'm not really concerned about any political party. I'm concerned about people that's going to do for the people, and I'm talking about all people, rich, poor, and middle class. Why does it have to be someone? Why does it have to be separated? Like rich, poor, you're going to do for the rich, you're going to do for the poor, you're going to do for we all can win. It has to be a win-win situation for people. Um, Let me see. I'm gonna try to send him an invite. Just give me 1 second, people. I'm gonna try to send him an invite again in case he. All right. So we 1 second, guys. Trying to send him an invite for you to come back on here. Okay. Trying to give him an invite. Let's see. Trying to give him an invite. Computer's taking a little bit of time to get everything on there. But yo, leave me some comments, everybody. If you're up, people probably sleep. Um, okay, this thing is acting goofy right now. All right, guys, just bear with me for a second. All right, oh, can't see what's going on, but it comes back on. You get back on. All right, let's see. Let's see. Trying to bring that up. Come on. Computer's acting real silly. Maybe because we got all this stuff running. Wow. Okay. Okay, there we go. We coming back now. One settings on there. All right, so we'll take them up to the green room. Big, you there? Okay, we got you on there. It's completely dark. Can't see anything.
Give it a couple minutes, nigga. The flash and satellite's gonna cut on.
Yeah, yeah.
We have some light in a couple minutes.
Look, I was like, I'm hoping that the goddamn aliens didn't adapt, the reptilians and the Dracons and all these things. Stuff, the stuff we talking about right now.
Hey, look,
Okay,
nigga.
I gotta adjust my. Can you see me? Cause I,
Yeah, I can see you. We are the aliens. Ain't no alien come to duck me. If anything, I abducted them. We are the aliens.
you know what? I was just talking uh about the politicians while you were off, and I was saying, you know what? I don't want no one to tell me shit about a party. I want people that want to make a win-win for everybody. I don't want to hear about nobody political party. I don't want to hear the Republican, Democrat. I want to see good people.
That's what we are. Ain't that's what we all want though?
Yeah, it's so crazy because they try to make you pick a side. Like, oh, you want to vote for the Democrats? You want to vote for the Republicans? Yo, I want to vote for someone that's going to stand up for people. I don't want no one to be for poor people. I don't want no one just to be for black people. I want someone who's going to stand up for people. I want someone, a person that's going to say, you know what? I'm not going to penalize you because you're rich. I'm not going to criminalize you because you're poor. I'm not going to, I'm not going to treat this person like shit. And I'm not going to push my crazy ass agendas because this is what I think is right. I want someone that comes up there and say, let me actually solve problems. Cities, rate ridiculous right now, and no
But
one
that,
has anything to say about it.
but you know what though?
No one,
Right? It's no money in solving problems. There's no money in
nah,
solving problems. The money is in keeping the problem going. Problem is
right,
big business. Wherever his
right.
problems at is big business there.
So no one
They
want to
don't.
hope that nobody wants to really help the dope addict.
Nah. Our system is not even designed that way. It's not designed that way. Anybody that want to come in for real change and real help, a politician job is not even a job for them. They do better off just starting a nonprofit organization and just moving off their heartfelt mission. Because when you start talking about politics, now you're talking about business.
Right.
Once they start allowing
Right.
black people to be a part of politics, it was over. Over.
Wow.
It has no influence. It has no impact. It has no meaning. It just support their overall agenda of business. But that's fine because we're in America, and America is a business, and we all get to partake in it. That's the beautiful
Right.
part. And if we really
Right.
want change, and we really want to see change, and we want to see any type of impact done in our community, we gotta start nonprofits, man, and get out here in our community and really see the things that they need and the resources that they could use that'll really help them like get to the next level. That's why they have nonprofits. The government need help. They need help from us because the scale they at is all business. You go for them when you
Right.
want the funding, when you want the grant, when you then you for the business. You go to them for the business. When it's time to incorporate and get your 501c3s and everything, when it's time for business, then you go to them. But down here on the ground level, it's all in our hands now.
Wow. So the politicians actually, well, I was city council, the city council actually for is basically local legislation, pass laws,
Your mic
and
breaking up. Your mic breaking up.
bring bring it up.
Yeah, it's breaking up. Real bad reception.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it a little funny. Does it sound choppy or anything like that right now? Does it sound
I can't hear nothing you saying. You on auto tone right now, and that joint skipping.
hold on. All right. So I I want
Nah, I can't hear nothing you saying. It's skipping all over the place.
that might be like that. That might be on your end of reception, or maybe my internet is not hitting right. Because you sound perfectly fine to me.
Yeah, I
Can you hear
just can't
me?
hear you though. It's like nah, it's skipping. I can
All
hear
right.
you, but it's like jumping all over the place.
What about now? What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you clear. It's just like skipping.
Stutter stepping?
Yeah,
All right, well, hopefully we're not getting